spending on contracts is a thing of the past because it really hurts our national economy. We cannot afford it. We cannot afford in the past to spend $31 million on a $15 million no-bid contract to the detriment of our people. We cannot overspend on, for example, the West Bastia Bypass Road and not be concerned about the effect of that overspending ultimately on the people. There obviously has to be greater accountability in government. The government has to provide the environment for all businesses to flourish. Not just businesses that originate overseas, but local businesses as well. As a party, we are committed within 6 months of assuming office to have a referendum to determine whether or not the Federation or the people of the Federation would wish to see term limits on the office of the Prime Minister, and whether or not the majority would wish to have a fixed date election. These are matters which, after 25 years of independence, we should seek the people's views on and act accordingly. Denzil Douglas wishes to switch the discussion and the spotlight from his own failed leadership to other issues of less importance. We need to have the report on the collapse of the bridge. We need to have the report on the electricity problem, which is still ongoing. And just for the record, and this is really not important, at a time when our people are losing their jobs and losing hope. But let's set the record straight. I wish to present to you here today the relevant documentation that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that I did go to school and did graduate with President Obama. The record shows that we did graduate together in 1991. But the question that I put for the people is this: if Denzil Douglas could tell such a blatant lie on such a factual situation and on a simple matter, what else is he capable of lying to the public about? These documents here that I am presenting today will clearly show that all the graduates of the Harvard Law School of the class of 1991, which really included fine men and women who have gone on to make significant marks and significant contributions in their own various countries, including the President of the United States. It is an undisputed historical fact that I share the same alma mater as the US President Barack Obama, and that we went to Harvard Law School at the very same time, that we had classes together. I was pursuing a postgraduate degree, an LLM, a Master's of Law degree. My specialization was in international banking and finance. His was more concentrated to the public interest. He was pursuing a JD, but as you would appreciate, there was overlap between both the JD and the master's program. But that is an issue of fact for Denzil Douglas to debate with himself. Our fixation is with the well-being of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. We care less about what medical school Denzil Douglas went to or whom he graduated with than we do about what he has done for this country and to this country for the last 14 years. The critical issues of the times in which this government has failed miserably are that of crime, the distribution of land, the cost of living, the economy, and we have a serious issue about the leadership of our country. After 14 years, Denzil Douglas offers the same petty, divisive attitude that won't solve our people's problems. We in the People's Action Movement offer fresh ideas through leaders not tainted either by corruption or vindictiveness. The current national leadership is broken, as is clearly manifested by high crime, a lack of our security, and economic anxiety. This country needs to be returned to the right track. And that is what PAM, the People's Action Movement, offers in this upcoming election cycle. We put the nation on alert today that what you witnessed on Sunday evening from Denzil Douglas is the beginning of a new era of desperation. But it also signals the beginning of the end of the Labour government. This coming election is about stopping the ongoing national loot, bad administration. It is about better managing the economy, and it is about fighting crime and violence, which the People's Action Movement we are serious about. It is about providing more educational opportunities to our children, about widening the social safety net to better take care of the most vulnerable in our society. This election is about ensuring the security of tenure of all government workers, of all civil servants, our no victimization policy, which I am completely committed to, and of helping to build the capacity of the private sector to provide more jobs for our people. The People's Action Movement offers a united band of leaders and leadership. We offer successful professionals who come with fresh ideas about the current challenges. And that's why we believe we have the best platform available. In this election cycle, there must be a realignment of the forces, where the traditional boundaries that separated our people must be broken down. This is an election where we must put aside our old labels as we move forward together to face the challenges of the current world environment. The old hatreds of PAM and Labour of both parties should be of the past. Leaders in the past have sought to divide the people of St. Kitts and Nevis so that they can be left to rule the country as they please. Our platform, the platform of the People's Action Movement, speak to unity and speak to a new sense of purpose. This is an election where old Labour and new PAM must come together and do what's best for the country. That is why we have made a special appeal to all the traditional Labour supporters to join us, because their dreams and their aspirations and their own ideals are best understood and carried through by our platform, the platform of the People's Action Movement. The current government goes only by the name of Labour. But no self-respecting Labour government would shortchange the sugar workers as the government has. No self-respecting Labour government would marginalize our youth as this government has. No self-respecting Labour government will sell out the lands of the people to foreign investors as this government has. And that is why we say, put aside the old labels, the labels that disunite us, and stand behind the People's Action Movement, a uniting party to unite the people. If we want to save our nation, then change is a thing whose time has come. In their last desperate attempt to hold on to power, a power that benefits only their family and their friends, they will seek to divide us again through the old labels. But we must collectively stand and say, not now. Now is the time for change and for the People's Action Movement. We are wiser, we are smarter, and it is time for a change in our political culture, a change to unite St. Kitts and Nevis, the People's Action Movement, ready to unite St. Kitts and Nevis for the better. Thank you, good afternoon.
Obama won the election. Every little boy here and there calling on to Obama's name. And that is why tonight I want to make the point that we have to examine the horn of Lindsay Grant. When Obama won, he said that he went to school with Obama. They were in the same class. Well, I asked the United States government to send me information pertaining to the graduating class of Obama. I have received a full photograph of every single graduate with Obama circled for me by the United States government. And up to now, me I look for baby Grant and me can't find him. Somebody told me, PM, look again. Remember, he's small, you know. Maybe he's hiding behind somebody. And I look again. I get a microscope. I look, Hanlon. I look. I can't find him up to now. But that is what Grant is. Grant is a liar. he's a fraud.